What's up, everybody? Today, a fake cop pulls over a real cop. A guy in a police chase doesn't want to stop because he thinks the police want to race. A Harvard professor thinks that we should ban homeschooling. No, it is not a good idea to microwave your money to clean it from the coronavirus, and it is especially not a good idea to inject Lysol or other cleaners into yourself to keep yourself healthy. All this on today's episode of Stupid People in the News. Hit the intro. What is going on, everybody? It is Mike here once again with another episode of Stupid People in the News, and Indiana taking up the top 2 spots today. Right outside Indianapolis, a guy thought it would be a really good idea to pretend to be a police officer. Not a good idea to begin with. His second mistake that day, he tried to pull over a real cop. That's right. He got up alongside this car and he started honking his siren. I guess he had a siren installed in his car and he's honking it, trying to get the guy to pull over. The guy wouldn't pull over. So he drives up in front of him, stops, gets out of his car. He's got a gun on his belt. Well, the car that he was trying to pull over had a police lieutenant and his family in it. The police lieutenant played it cool because he had his family. He didn't want to put him in danger. But imagine what could have happened if the guy pretending to be the cop had pulled his gun. He had a gun on his hip. What would have happened? He probably would be dead. Now, we talk on Stupid People in the News a lot about people doing stupid things against the law. This is right up there. Do not pretend to be a police officer. You are going to get hurt or killed. This guy actually, if you think about it, he got off lucky because all he did was get arrested. Again, in Indiana, this time in Elkhart, Indiana, a Minnesota man is driving his Mustang about 120 in a 70-mile-per-hour zone. What do you think happened? Cops pull up behind him, flashing the lights, hitting the sirens, want the guy to pull over. The guy doesn't pull over. He thinks the cops want to race. At least that's what he told him when he finally did pull over about 20 minutes later. I just thought you guys wanted to race. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this. If you are driving and the cops pull up behind you and hit the lights, they want you to pull over. They don't want to race. It's not like that meme that's on Facebook that, officer, I think it's cheating because you turned the lights on just to beat me. That's not the way that it works, folks. It's not the way that works. Stay safe. But number 1 rule. What's my number 1 rule? Don't break the law. Number 2, if you do break the law, stop and do what you're supposed to do so nobody gets hurt. I thought they wanted to race. Professor Elizabeth Bartholet in Harvard told Harvard Magazine that she thinks that homeschooling should be banned because it leads to authoritarianism, misogyny, and white supremacy. She feels that parents shouldn't have control over their kids 24/7. If you guess that this was met with a lot of scorn and a lot of hateful remarks, you would be correct. First off, we all know that school institutions these days are really indoctrination centers for our kids. And after our kids get to a certain point in age, when they start going to school and interacting with friends and interacting with teachers and those people, we start to lose our influence over our kids. Now, I'm not saying all parents are great, okay? That's not the case. That's absolutely not the case. But to try to say that parents should be able to hold no authority over their kids is absolutely ridiculous. This is just another instance of, this time, the left in our higher education institutions. They're trying to dictate what our children should learn and how they should learn it and who should learn it, as opposed to it being the parents, especially with young kids. No, homeschooling does not lead to authoritarianism, misogyny, much less white supremacy. Now, this next story comes from a Facebook post that I saw. And then I did a little bit more research on it, and it turns out this is a little bit more widespread than I initially thought. Basically, the post was, a guy worked at a bank, and he said that a customer brought in these scorched bills into the bank and said, I know that some of them are probably ruined, but the ones that you can deposit. Well, what did you do with these? I put them in the microwave to clean them from the coronavirus. Yes, put them in the microwave to clean them from the coronavirus. Now, it kind of makes sense in one way because we're learning now that heat does kill the coronavirus. But I definitely would not recommend putting your money in the microwave. It is going to burn it. Now, as I said when I was doing research on this article, it turns out that this is not as far-fetched, and it's a lot more widespread than you might imagine. I found cases in the UK, the US, Canada, and South Korea, all of people putting their money in the microwave to get rid of the coronavirus. Here's my suggestion. If you're really that concerned about the coronavirus being on your money, send it to me. Send me your cash. I will take the chance with the coronavirus on your cash. Okay? So if that's what you want to do, comment down below. I'll get you an address. You can send me all your cash. I am not going to return it. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to keep it because you are concerned about the coronavirus being on your cash. So if that's what you're worried about, if you really are truly worried about it, send it to me. I'll go ahead and take care of it for you. Finally, once again, the media putting words in Trump's mouth. I watched the coronavirus task force briefing yesterday, and you know what? You know how Trump is. You're talking, this is a guy who said, what would happen if we shot a nuclear missile into a hurricane? Would it help? Okay. This is also the guy that said, can we disinfect these masks? And that worked. He was curious about whether disinfectant could be used to kill the coronavirus in the human body. He in no way, shape, or form said inject cleaning agents into yourself. And the subject also came up about UV lights, and he was curious, is there a way to do it? This is what he does. He thinks, is he right? Is he wrong? Well, he's probably wrong where this is concerned. But in no way, shape, or form did he say, inject anything into you. As a matter of fact, he even said during the press briefing, and I can see the headlines now, Donald Trump recommends. He didn't recommend any of that stuff. Folks, if you are dumb enough to believe that kind of thing that comes out of the lamestream media, you definitely qualify for stupid people in the news. That being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this episode, give it a like, comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, share it with your friends so they can laugh as well. If you have a stupid people in the news story that you'd like me to read, send it to me on Facebook or comment down below, or send it to email stupidpeoplenews2020@gmail.com, and I will read your story for you in an upcoming video. The fake cop pulling over the real cop in Indianapolis, that was courtesy of cousin Doug, who lives in Indianapolis. Once again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you the next time somebody is stupid. Till then.